people like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Anna, welcome back. Anna, how's it going?
Great. It's really good to be back.
Really good to have you back. And so, Anna, what have you been up to this weekend?
Well, you inspired me to start a new book. I've started a new book. I read a new book.
What book?
Fountainhead by Ayn Rand.
Okay, nice. How do you like it?
Great. It's really amazing book.
Okay, cool.
Really
Nice.
interesting and thought-provoking. Thanks for
Cool.
asking.
Yeah, for sure. New books are always good. Um, okay, and who else do we have? Jose, welcome back. How's
Hi,
it going?
hi Joshua. I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. And you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. And Jose, this week, do you have anything new that's gonna come up, or same old, same old?
No, same old, same old.
Okay. Jose, what about you? Are you reading any books? Jose?
Yes, your voice break down.
Okay. Are you reading any books?
No, no, no.
No. Okay.
I'm not reading any book.
Yeah. All right. And Adela, welcome to class. How's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing really well, thanks. And Adela, what have you been up to this weekend?
I went shopping yesterday, and I went to visit my mother-in-law. We have lunch together.
Okay. What did you have for lunch?
Goulash.
Goulash. Sounds good. I'm actually really hungry right now.
It's ostrich, ostrich,
Ostrich?
ostrich meat.
Wow.
Yes.
Um,
Dish is a typical dish for Austria or Autriche. I don't remember the
an ostrich
Austria.
is a type of bird.
No, the country
Austria.
Austria. Okay, it's an Austria dish. Ostrich. I don't know the
I think it's Austrian dish.
Austrian
An
dish.
Austrian dish, yeah. Okay. Nice. So a type of Austrian meat. Okay. And yeah. And okay. Who else came in? Kako, welcome to class. How's it going, Kako?
Hi, teacher. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And Kako, what have you been up to this weekend?
This weekend I rested a lot, teacher. I
Okay.
take advantage for hearing many news on BBC.
Okay.
BBC World News to improve my listening.
You're listening. So you were reading or you were listening to it?
You are my listening.
Okay. Yeah, so it was like BBC, you were listening to the radio, not reading the news?
Yes, teacher. I watched some videos as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But mainly I have listened. I have been listening
Nice.
a lot of news.
Okay. Yeah, not a lot of good news going on at the moment. Okay. Go on. We also have Wilson. Welcome back. How's it going, Wilson?
Okay, I'm well. Okay, ready for the next class.
Okay, good. Wilson, do you have any plans for the week?
For the next week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no special plan. Okay, start working on Monday and Wednesday. I think I have a party with some friends. That's it. The other
Okay.
days will be on ordinary days.
Wednesday's a little bit of a strange day for a party.
Yes,
Um,
yes. It's strange,
okay.
but I think it's a birthday party, so it's the day.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Hopefully it'll be fine. Um,
okay.
okay. Rafael, welcome to class. Rafael, how's it going?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Okay, nice. Good to hear. And Rafael, what have you been up to today?
Taking a little rest and studying a little bit and preparing for this week. Nothing special. Just staying alive. It's more than enough for me.
Okay, yeah, staying up to everything, up to date. What about yesterday? Did you do anything fun yesterday?
Mm, I went on a date and
Nice.
yeah. It was a funny story. It's a long story, but it was a fun day yesterday.
Okay. Is it funny in a good way or funny in a bad way?
Both ways.
Okay. Very curious. But nice. Uh, okay, and Julieta, welcome to class. Julieta, how's it going?
Hi, it is going well, thank you.
Nice. Okay. And what have you been up to today?
Today I was just walking around
Walking
and I
around?
went to, yes, and I
Okay.
went to a house of a friend and now I'm back home.
The house of a friend. Is there a better way we could
Friend's
say that,
house,
maybe?
a
Yeah.
friend's house.
That's probably what I would say. I mean, both are grammatically correct. Friend's house is probably just a little bit better. Okay. And nice. I think we're good. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Comments? Anything like that? All right. And all right, let's start with Edson. Can you read the title and the next lines?
Decisions. Today we will learn decision-making items, read comics about big decisions, learn about rational decisions, and practice a role play.
Good. Can you repeat idioms
Idioms
and role?
and role.
And let's have Edson. Can you ask Kako the first question?
Kako, who do you ask for advice before making important decisions? Why?
Generally, I think by myself about the best decision I can take. But if I feel that I have to hurt someone, I generally speak with my girlfriend and my mom, who are person trustworthy for me, who are trustworthy people for me.
Nice. But if I feel that I have to hurt someone, you said hurt someone?
No,
Kako.
teacher, to listen to someone, maybe
Okay, if I have to, nice.
to listen to.
Take decisions? What's a better verb?
Can make.
Yeah, generally we make decisions. All right, so your mom and your girlfriend. Good. And Kako, can you ask Anna the next question?
Anna, um, what was an important decision you made last year? Talk about it and why it was important.
Well, thanks for your question. Oh, it's really difficult to answer on the spot. The last year it was a long time ago.
What about this year?
This year, I guess I've started taking Verbling group classes, and it is working out pretty good for me, and I'm really glad that I chose to do them.
Okay.
They're a lot of help to me so far and really fun.
This is all good stuff to hear. um, instead of they are, we probably would want to use the present perfect here. Because you're still taking Verblin classes, and, hopefully
Them
they
have
still help.
been
Yeah. And they've been a lot of help to me so far, and really fun. Okay. Working out pretty good for me is common. Grammatically speaking, we'd want to choose a different word. We need an adverb. How do we change good?
well.
Yeah, just because it's modifying working or working out. How is it working out? It's working out well. But good, again, good works, and it's really common. So you'll generally find people say good. Not a problem, just grammatically it is incorrect. Nice, really good answer. It's definitely a really good answer. Does anybody have any questions before we
And
move on?
advertisement also.
Definitely an advertisement. I'm going to put that on a commercial. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Ana Carolina, can you read the title and... Oh, Ana Carolina, no way. Adela, can you read the title and the words?
Discuss, argue, the title, vocabulary. Discuss, argue, contemplate, regret, anxiety, I don't know,
Really close.
anxiety,
Yeah.
possibility, repercussion, rational, irrational.
Okay. Let's look at anxiety.
Anxiety. Anxiety. Repercussions.
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 Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Questions here.
The difference between discuss and argue.
Discuss and argue. Who can tell us the difference?
Maybe argue is more exciting, more rude. Discuss is more rational, maybe, and argue more irrational.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't know exactly.
I mean, you're on the right track. Discuss is just to talk about something. You can even be on the same side. It's just to talk about something. Argue is to fight verbally about something. Yeah. So discussing is just talking, and arguing is actually fighting. Does that make sense? Okay. Hopefully.
Yes.
Okay. And any other questions here? Okay, no questions. Let's have Ana Carolina. Can you make a sentence using contemplate and possibilities and the present perfect progressive?
I was contemplating the possibility to read the vocabulary, but was you were evil to me because you called my name and then you gave up.
And you gave up. Would you have preferred to read the vocabulary?
Sorry?
Would you have preferred reading the vocabulary?
I'm kidding
Oh,
you
okay.
because
Because
you
I
called
just,
my name. You called my name, then you said no.
yeah, I figured because you read the vocabulary last time, you'd prefer doing something
So
different this time.
does it all the time?
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I'm just kidding you. It's just a sentence.
Oh, I know. It's not a problem. I was contemplating the possibility we would use a preposition and the gerund.
To reading.
Of
No?
reading.
Of
As
of
possible.
of reading. Prepositions.
Yeah, prepositions are tricky, but you were evil to me because you called my name and you gave up. And you gave up. We would change that as well.
You changed your tune.
Change your
That would
mind?
work. Tune or mind. Good work. Good. Yeah, nice. And perfect. Really quick, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's contemplating the possibility of reading. And let's go on to the next one. Okay, we could try a little bit of this. And let's have Wilson, can you read the first roll?
Yes. Yeah, you don't know whether you should study abroad or study in your home country. Ask your parents for advice.
Good. And Rafael, can you read the next one?
Give your child advice.
Good. Let's start with Wilson. How would you start out? Well, yeah, as the child, how would you start out, Wilson?
Yes, I think I should improve my English. I'm thinking about going to USA next year. What do you think?
Okay, we'd say I'm thinking about going. I think you added an of there, but we just say I'm thinking about going to the US next year.
What do you think about that?
Good. And Rafael, how would you respond?
From my point of view, I think you should start having basic and intermediate classes prior to any attempt to study abroad, so you can improve your English and conversation skills. So when you feel quite ready to have a conversation in a basic setting, you should go for it.
Nice. Awesome. And Jose, how would you respond?
Okay. I think the best idea it will be to go abroad directly without taking some courses. I think I have a good English level to go abroad.
Nice. Okay. Would to be go to go would be to go abroad what?
Sorry?
Sorry?
I think the best idea will be to go abroad without taking some English courses.
Okay. Without taking
some language courses.
Instead of some.
Without taking English courses or languages courses.
Okay, that could work. We could say any or any more.
Any more courses? Okay.
You could say more.
Okay.
Additional. Some just sounds a little bit off.
Okay.
And we might want to say, I think I have a good enough English level to go abroad. But good works. Julieta. Oh, go ahead. Question?
It wouldn't be like if you are ready to have a conversation, you type it. If you are ready.
Yeah, sorry. Good. Just it's hard when you're typing quickly. Lots of mistakes happen. Good catch though. Okay, and Julieta, how would you respond?
It's nice that you are so confident. But taking some courses, maybe in the US, will be fun.
Okay. I don't know what maybe means here. So taking some courses maybe in the US, or taking some courses maybe in the US. Is it like an interjection, kind of like taking some courses maybe in the US would be fun, or maybe in the US? Is it part of like maybe in the US?
Yes.
What do you? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think it sounds better to say taking some courses maybe in the US will be fun.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yeah. Nice answer. And Edson.
Yes, I wanna stay there for 3 months.
I'll stay there for 3 months.
And you have to give me a pretty amount of money for me to stay there.
A great amount of money?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty expensive. Good. Grammatically, that looks solid. Kako, how would you respond?
Maybe you should consider that the exchange rates are not favorable for us nowadays. Maybe it would be better for you to stay some time in another country, for example, Guyana or another English speaking country. What do you think about it?
Okay. Nice. Grammatically, that looks really good. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Yeah, maybe a recommendation would just be like, what do you think? Or like, yeah, what do you think about that? Might sound a little bit better. Okay. And Anna, how'd you respond?
Well, so I am a child with a intermediate level of English, and I want to go to the USA, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that the best way to learn in English is to dive in and just go with it. And I think if I'll take a chance on going directly to the foreign English-speaking country, I will have more opportunities and it'll be better for my for the improvement of my speaking skills.
Of my speaking.
How's that?
It'll be better.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
this is just
awkward.
you used a lot of words to say something. Yeah. How could you change that to make it sound smoother?
I'll benefit from it.
Okay, and I'll benefit from it. And maybe my speaking skills
Better.
will benefit.
Yeah, that's right. My speaking skills will benefit from it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was
You said
thinking.
if I will take a chance on going directly, we're using a conditional statement. So this first one would be in the present. The first part of this conditional is in the present.
If I take.
Yeah, if I take. Good. Okay. And awesome. Anna Carolina, how would you respond?
It's Adela.
Adela, how would you respond?
Then me.
Right. No, I don't.
Okay. Maybe it's very expensive, and I'm not sure. Go, for example, USA. You improve your English because if you will stay in a Spanish residence in San Antonio, it's not so good for the English.
In a Spanish residence in San Antonio, it's not so good for the English. Future here?
In San Antonio will be not so good. Won't be.
It won't be good for possessive pronoun.
For improve your English.
Just a possessive pronoun.
For your English.
Yeah, for your English. Because if you stay in a Spanish residence in San Antonio, it won't be so good for your English. I'm not sure. Gerund?
I'm sure going to USA.
To article?
The USA. Going the USA.
Will help you
improve
your English. And just improve. Will help you improve your English. Can you repeat that one more time?
Maybe it's very expensive. I'm not sure going the USA will help you improve your English, because if you stay in a Spanish residence in San Antonio, it won't be so good for your English.
Solid. Well done. Ana Carolina?
Mom, for God's sake, don't be so. For God's sake, God.
For God's sake.
For God's sake, I'm sorry, teacher. For God's sake, don't be so stinky. I know that you have money. Why don't you think of my future? I'm not going to stay in a poor and ugly country such as Guyana. No,
Aw.
let me go to New York. And about the Spanish family, we can talk to the exchange agency and ask them to put me in a New Yorker family.
Family
Naya,
is
Naya,
a New Yorker. Sorry,
New
this is.
Yorker. No,
House?
we are not poor. You are just stinky.
Stingy. Stingy.
Ah, my gosh, stingy and sick.
Yeah, stinky is if somebody smells, and
Yes,
stingy
yes,
is if they
I
don't.
know, I
Yeah.
know. Some.
All right, Wilson. How would you respond?
Okay, let's make a deal. You stay in Brazil or stay in our country studying at Verbelin. Next year, you can go to USA and spend 1 year there studying the first year of high school. Don't you think it's better?
Nice. Nice. Article?
You can go to the USA.
Next year you can go to the USA and spend 1 year there studying. An possessive pronoun. I would use a possessive pronoun here.
Studying your first year at high school?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Studying your first year. Nice. Don't you think it's better? Okay, Rafael, how'd you finish the conversation?
Okay, you won. I'll stay here and study for a while.
Nice. Okay, you won. I'll stay here and study for a while. Ugh. Okay. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Let's go on to I've only got, or I only have a data. Good. We could, what if we do a comic con? Let's read about logical fallacies. Rafael, can you read just the title and the question?
Irrational decisions. What is a logical fallacy?
Good. Jose, can you read the first part?
Okay. A logical fallacy is, roughly speaking, an error of reasoning when someone adopts a position or tries to persuade someone else to adopt a position based on a bad piece of reasoning. They commit a fallacy. I say, roughly speaking, because this definition has a few problems, the most important of which are outlined below.
Good. Okay, so basically speaking, what's a fallacy? What's a logical fallacy, Jose, based on what you just read?
I think a logical fallacy is basically the meaning is an error of reasoning.
Huh?
When you have a position or you try to persuade someone in order to adopt a position. This position is based on a bad piece of reasoning.
Yeah, on bad thinking, maybe.
Yes, bad
Good.
thinking.
Nice.
When these things happen, you commit a fallacy.
Mm-hmm. And Julieta, can you read the next part?
Some logical fallacies are more common than others, and so have been named and defined. When people speak of logical fallacies, they often mean to refer to this collection of well-known errors of reasoning, rather than to fallacies in the broader, more technical sense given above.
Okay. And can you summarize what that just meant? What did you just read?
That this type of irrational decisions based on fallacy are common through people because they think they are true.
Think they are true. Yeah. What about
yes.
this part?
Some of them are more common than others.
And
are named and defined.
Have been. Yeah. They've been named. So what he's saying is that basically a logical fallacy is just any mistake that you make in your thinking. And some mistakes are so common. Some mistakes are like that people make just all the time. And these logical fallacies have been named and defined. And that's all it's saying. Good. Does anybody have any questions here?
What does broader mean?
Broader? So does anybody know broad or broader?
Broader.
Wide.
Yeah. So something that is broad is wide. Something that is narrow is thin. So this is narrow, and this is broad.
Okay.
This is the broader of the two rectangles. So it covers more area. So something that's broader, it's less specific. Any other questions?
Just one question. So fallacy is to use a wrong thinking to explain something or to decide something, yes?
Yeah, so if you make a logical fallacy, your position, so your opinion, is based on bad reasoning. Or if you're trying to convince somebody else based on bad reasoning. So, cold today, it was cold yesterday. It's probably always cold here. Is a fallacy. So this is just generally just bad reasoning. Just because it was cold for 2 days probably doesn't mean it's always going to be cold. It could be right, like Antarctica is generally always cold, but it's not always right. Yeah. And any other questions? Okay. Yes, no? Okay. We could read about a false dilemma, overgeneralization. Let's read about an ad hominem attack. Oh, shoot. I think Edson, can you read the title and for the first paragraph?
Ad hominem personal attack. It's important to note that the label ad hominem is ambiguous and that not every kind of ad hominem argument is fallacious. In one sense, an ad hominem argument it is an argument in which you offer premises that you the arguer don't accept, but which you know the listener does accept, in order to show that his position is incoherent, as in, for example, the Eu see through dilemma.
Yeah, we don't actually need that. Go ahead.
There is nothing wrong with this type of argument ad hominem.
Good. Okay. Ad hominem. Can you repeat homonym?
Ad hominem.
Uh-huh. And can you repeat ambiguous?
Ambiguous.
Fallacious.
Fallacious.
Arguer.
Arguer.
Good. And other questions?
The word premises.
Premises. Does anybody know what the premise is?
Is the base of the sentence or the paragraph that you are writing.
Yeah, the premise is the base of something. It could be an opinion, the base of an opinion, argument, something like that.
I think I saw this word in another context, in a premises in a factory or in a building. What is
yeah.
premises?
So you could say like vacate the premises immediately. It's like vacate like this location. Yeah. Yeah, we're just a homophone or a homonym. So it's the same kind of word, just different meaning. So this is leave this place now. Is vacate the premises. Your premise is just the base of what you're arguing. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? All right, Kako, can you? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't get the meaning of ad hominem. What is ad hominem?
Okay, ad hominem means in Latin it's like at the man.
See, yeah.
And so we have two types of like labels that ad hominem mean. So the meaning is ambiguous. It means two different things.
Okay.
And Kako, can you explain what this paragraph is talking about? It's talking about the first meaning.
Yes, I can see, teacher, that ad hominem argument is a kind of argumentation, is a kind of fallacy in which the arguer attacks the other person, his rival, instead of attack his opinion.
Okay.
Instead of present a contra argumentation, he chooses to attack a feature of the other person.
Okay. So you explained actually really well the second part. So that's the fallacy of an ad hominem argument. That's the fallacious type. This first type is a little bit different. Anna, do you think you could explain the first type? What's he saying here?
Well, the first type. Oh, it's complicated.
Could you give an example of the cases?
Yeah, we can. Does anybody think they could give an example of this first case? What is he talking about here? Okay. So the most basic part of it is that you offer premises which you, the arguer, don't accept, but which you know the listener does accept, in order to show that his position, his opinion, is wrong. So if you think that nuclear war is a good idea, you can say, okay, nuclear war is like this really good idea because if we do it, then we'll annihilate the whole nation and we won't have to worry about them anymore, right? And so this is clearly something that you don't support. You don't support nuclear warfare, but the other person does, and so you start out by talking about it as though it were a good idea. You kind of support him in order to show how absurd or incoherent or bad his idea is. And so this is not a fallacy. This is a valid form of argumentation, but it's also called ad hominem. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's for example, you argue with him about evolution, for example, and you say, you say that because you are religious, or you don't offer an explanation, but you attack or you say about this person. No.
Again, that is the second type. That is the fallacious type of argumentation that is ad hominem. So that is right. What we're talking about would be saying, okay, evolution, yeah, that's a bad idea. It doesn't make sense. Mankind came about in 6,000 years from divine inspiration, and then talking therefore like about the incongruencies of that, and saying like, okay, yeah, like it totally makes sense. 6,000 years is a good time. Like the carbon dating thing though really throws me off. Like, if it is 6,000 years old, it's like, where is this really old carbon coming from? How did the atmosphere change so quickly? Things like that. That is ad hominem. You're attacking his position. So there's two types. One is correct, which is the first one. It's like supposing his argument is right. And the second one we'll read now. Anna, can you read the second one?
The other type of ad hominem argument is a form of basic fallacy. Arguments of this kind focus not on the evidence for a view, but on the character of the person advancing it. They seek to discredit positions by discrediting those who hold them. It is always important to attack arguments rather than arguers, and this is where arguments that commit the ad hominem fallacy fall down.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That sounded good. Any questions here? Okay. And Anna Carolina, can you give us an example of an ad hominem fallacy?
Hold on. Oh my gosh. Let me think for 30 seconds. Hold on.
Okay. I just
It's very difficult.
Okay.
Joshua.
Anna, do you think you could try to think of an ad hominem fallacy?
I could make from both types.
Okay, let's try the fallacy.
Well, I'm not really sure that I understand what it means. Well, it could be like criticizing a person's character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, criticizing a person's character. All right. Adela, what would be an example of this?
Sorry, I try to think about the first kind, but I don't know exactly ideas too.
Okay. Okay, think politics is a really good one.
Yes.
So think in a political situation. Does anybody have any ideas for an ad hominem fallacy?
Yes, I have.
Go ahead.
Harold has a very bad personal life, and he is a candidate for president of the country.
He's running.
So, yes, he's running. I'm not gonna vote for him because he had this bad life, bad personal life.
Yes. Okay. It's a really good basic part. So he's running for president. He has a very bad personal life. Maybe he thinks that women should receive equal rights and equal wages. And so his opponents discredit this opinion. They say it's a bad idea. They say it's a bad idea because he himself hates women. Maybe he has a bad personal life. He like abuses his wife himself. Hates women. We could say, therefore, all people who seek equality are bad, and it's a bad idea. And then you could say, I'm not going to vote for him because he has a bad personal life. I don't agree. I think he's wrong because of this thing. Would be more of an ad hominem fallacy. Like, his personal life doesn't matter for the argument. The thing that he believes in is this idea of equal equality. And does anybody have any questions about this still?
No.
Okay. Anna Carolina, can you give us another example?
Oh my gosh, Josh, it is very difficult. I am thinking of one, but I couldn't see. Let me think. Okay, I would say to some. My gosh, for instance, all murders are criminals, but a thief is not a murder, so a thief can't be a criminal. And then, my gosh, I see someone who is a thief and a criminal, and
I think it's
there
more.
goes my argument.
That's more
Something
like
like that.
overgeneralization.
I didn't say murder. I say murders.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I think that's good. I think it's still overgeneralization.
It is difficult, Josh. Like
It is.
I've got the main idea, but I cannot.
That's okay. It's tough.
Can I type it to you in an example in private?
Sure. And Anna, what was your example?
Well, if I got it right, then I'm thinking like, suppose I'm choosing a teacher for my kids, and I choosing one that actually have kids, because I'm thinking like she or he should have his or her own kids to teach mine, and that's really a bad way of thinking, because it has nothing to do with teaching skills
Yeah.
and with dealing with kids. A person could deal with kids perfectly well and not having her or his own. Is that right? I'm getting the ad
Yeah.
hominem fallacy, am I?
That's for sure. I think that's a good example. And that maybe even if you're trying to convince other people not to like let them teach, because so you're like convincing your friend, yeah, don't send your kids to that school because they're bad teachers because they don't have kids, would be an ad hominem attack. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Perfect sense. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, nice. And so that's an ad hominem attack. We are out of time. Sorry we spent so much time on that. Hopefully it makes sense to some extent for all you guys.
What I typed is a fallacy. Ad hominem, personal attack or something.
Not quite. We're talking more about arguments.
Okay, don't tell what I typed.
No. If we're talking about like dinner, so a really simple one. I don't know why I didn't think about this before. So your brother wants pizza. You want I don't know, something else. You want lasagna, and you're having an argument. And you tell your mom, we shouldn't have pizza because my brother's fat. It's like, that doesn't have anything to do with the argument. It is just blatantly a personal attack on your brother and his weight. It doesn't make sense. So you'd be like, well, we can't have pizza because your brother's fat? So that would be ad hominem. You're attacking the man and not the argument. If you had said pizza is greasy and unpleasant and I don't want it, that's an argument. But if you say we shouldn't have pizza because you're fat, that's not an argument. That is ad hominem. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyways, thank you guys for coming in. Hopefully I'll see you soon and have a really good day.
Thank you, teacher. Bye. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
weekend.
Bye, Joshua. Thank you a lot. See you soon.
Bye.